Contestant number 9, Mike Carroll. Mysteries. Mysteries. Mike Carroll.
Fellow Toastmasters, I know you're sitting there looking at Zoom, but I would like you to remember, think about the starry night sky, the mystery and the majesty of the stars. The mysteries, did you think about the mysteries of the stars? Like, how did it all start? I think we all did. This mystery, as a matter of fact, we have solved. An invisible show of hands. Who here has heard of the Big Bang? Almost everybody. The Big Bang is the solution to the mystery. How did it all start? Now that we know how it started, how will it end up? Asking that brings us to the new surprise mystery. Who here has heard of dark energy? A few. Dark energy is the new mystery of the stars. I am going to explain this dark energy mystery and how the Big Bang brought us to it in 7 minutes. Now, you've seen the stars and you felt gravity. That's all you need. The clues to how it all started is not visible to you when you look up in the starry night sky. Those clues are far, far beyond, places that we did not even know existed until the 1930s, when our telescopes got strong enough to see beyond these stars, far beyond to distant, distant galaxies. And we saw that those galaxies were not moving randomly. No, without exception, they were moving directly away from us. And without exception, the farther away they were, the faster they moved, almost as if there had been an explosion. Aha, that is the key. Let us take these speeds, let's take these distances, and let's do some very fancy math. And what we find, the 17.8 billion years ago, everything originated in one place, smaller than a pinprick, but it had all of the stars you can see, all of those galaxies that you cannot. And as soon as it emerged, it erupted. And what we see now are these distant galaxies coasting on out from that first impulse of the Big Bang when it all started. Mystery solved. So that's how it started. How's it going to end up? Asking this question brings us, surprise, to dark energy. Now, when you think about how it's going to end up, you've got to think about gravity, because all of these galaxies have got gravity and they're all trying to pull on each other and slow each other down on this outward coast. That's what gravity does. That's the law of gravity. Now, there's two possible scenarios that might turn up based on how strong this gravity is. The first one is that it's pretty strong and will actually reverse these directions. Sort of like if you take a ball and you toss it up into the air, immediately gravity starts to slow it down. That's the law of gravity. It slows down, reaches some high point, reverses direction, comes back. Maybe that is what will happen. Maybe in the distant future, these galaxies will pull each other back and we will end up with the big crunch. Or maybe gravity is not that strong, always slowing, because that's what gravity does. That's the law of gravity. Slower and slower, never stopping, onward and out forever. Studies to pick between these two scenarios has yielded stunning results. Both scenarios are wrong. These galaxies are not slowing down. They are not coasting. They are not going to come back into the center because, without exception, they are all speeding up and away. Surprise! Remember that ball that we tossed up into the air? Imagine your surprise if when you first open your hand, that ball fell, but not to the floor, fell up, fell straight up. That is what it seems is happening. It seems like these galaxies are all falling up. Our physics did not predict this. Our scientists cannot explain it. Since this was first determined in 1998, the best brains on the planet cannot explain how is this possible? What part of the law of gravity do these galaxies not understand? There is a mysterious force overruling the law of gravity, which is pushing these out faster and faster every year. Let's give this mysterious force a name. Dark energy. It's not dark, we just don't know where it comes from. And it might not even be energy as we understand it. But it is a fundamental force of our universe, like gravity is. And out there for those galaxies is much stronger than gravity is. And until recently, we did not even know it existed. But now we do. Now how is it going to end up? Well, famous astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson says that possibly this mysterious force is generated by empty space itself. Empty space. And if so, this force is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger because empty space is getting bigger and bigger as these galaxies go out farther and farther. Presently, that force is strong enough to push apart galaxies. But eventually, it might be strong enough to push apart planets, and then push apart atoms, and then push apart and tear the fabric of space itself, the Big Rip. Is this how it's going to end up? Shredded? Shredded like an old balloon? Think about it. And think about that the next time you look up in the majesty of the stars, because you know that waiting for you out there are even bigger mysteries. Thank you.